Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because what I'm about to show you could change the way you see collectibles forever. If you've ever held a coin in your hand and wondered about its story, its journey, or its true worth, then this is the video you've been waiting for. Today, we are talking about a coin that's more than just metal. It's a time capsule, a piece of history, and in some cases, a ticket to unimaginable wealth. I want you to imagine yourself in South Africa in 1966. The world is shifting, technology is slowly changing the way people live, and a simple coin is being struck, destined to pass through thousands of hands over the decades. It's the 2-cent coin, and at first glance, it seems ordinary. But if you know where to look, you'll see that this small piece of copper nickel carries a story that can't be ignored. Coins like this were made to circulate, to pay for everyday items, a loaf of bread, a newspaper, or a train ride. But the 1966 2-cent coin is different. It bears the mark of its era, with inscriptions in Afrikaans, a language that reminds us of South Africa's complex history and heritage. That's part of the allure for collectors, because each coin is not just currency, it's a cultural artifact, a tangible link to a time that many of us remember with a sense of nostalgia. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's just a coin. Why should I care? Here's where it gets interesting. The story behind this coin is not just about what it is, but what it represents. It survived decades in circulation, escaped countless pocket changes, coin jars, and dusty drawers. Some of these coins were never saved, and that scarcity is what drives their value today. In the world of numismatics, the study of coins, the story is everything. And this coin has one that's compelling enough to make seasoned collectors take notice. Let's talk about the design. On one side, you see the iconic South African coat of arms, a symbol that evokes pride and history. On the reverse, there's the denomination and the date, but there's something subtle here. The engraving is precise, the detail meticulous, reflecting the craftsmanship of the minting process at the time. This is not mass-produced garbage, it's a piece of art. And collectors know that art, paired with scarcity, equals value. Now, imagine a man like you, sitting at home, perhaps going through old possessions, and finding this coin in a drawer or an old collection. It might not look like much at first glance, but experts can spot the difference between a common circulation piece and a rare gem in an instant. Factors like mint marks, condition, and even slight variations in the design can turn a modest coin into something priceless. And make no mistake, the 2-cent 1966 coin has a few of those variations that can make serious money for the right collector. I want you to think about what this means for someone in their 50s or 60s. By now, you've lived through decades of change, seen the rise and fall of economies, and learned the value of patience and timing. The coin market rewards those same qualities. It's not about rushing. It's about knowing what to look for and holding on until the moment is right. And if there's one coin that has proven itself over the years, it's this one. Collectors also love stories, and the 2-cent 1966 coin has one that's hard to ignore. It's part of a series that marked a transformative period in South African history. Each coin tells a tale of ordinary life, government decisions, and the everyday transactions of people long gone. It's history you can hold in your hand, a tangible connection to the past. And for men who grew up during that era, seeing one of these coins can spark memories, nostalgia, and even pride. Now, let's get into the numbers, because this is where most people start paying attention. While many coins from this era are fairly common, the 2-cent 1966 stands out for one reason: rarity in pristine condition. Coins that have survived over half a century without damage, scratches, or wear are exceedingly rare. And the market for those coins is booming. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices, sometimes far more than you might imagine. Think about it. Something that cost just a few cents at the store back then could now represent a small fortune. People who understand this market know that timing, knowledge, and luck converge to create opportunities that don't come around often. A coin like this is a reminder that hidden treasures are everywhere, sometimes right under your nose. It's a lesson in patience, observation, and the enduring value of history. And here's a secret that most casual collectors don't know. The most valuable coins aren't always the rarest in quantity. They're the ones with a story that resonates, that captures a moment in time, that carries with it an authenticity no reproduction can match. The 2 cents 1966 coin has all of that. It's a survivor, a storyteller, and a memento from a world that few of us remember firsthand. Now, before we reveal the value, I want you to picture this. A man in his 60s finds one of these coins tucked away in a dusty drawer, his curiosity piqued. He cleans it carefully, examines it under light, and realizes what he's holding. That moment, that realization, is priceless. And the market? Well, it's ready to reward collectors who spot these hidden gems, and here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. The 2 cents 1966 coin, in excellent condition, can fetch an astounding value that might shock you. A coin that was worth a fraction of a penny in circulation, now, in the right hands, can be valued at an incredible $2.5 million. That's right, $2.5 million for a coin that started as everyday pocket change. This isn't just about money, it's about understanding history, recognizing opportunity, and appreciating the craftsmanship of the past. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest value. So if you have coins from your youth, or inherited collections, take a closer look. You might be holding a story worth more than you ever imagined, so remember, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we uncover treasures like this all the time. The 2 cents 1966 coin isn't just currency. It's proof that history, patience, and keen observation can create wealth beyond your wildest dreams. And who knows? Your next hidden gem might be sitting in a drawer, waiting for you to discover it.
Imagine holding in your hand a coin minted more than half a century ago, small yet heavy with history. This is the South Africa 2 cents from 1968, a coin that whispers stories of politics, art, culture, and change. It may seem insignificant at first glance, but for collectors and history lovers alike, it is a treasure. The year 1968 places this coin firmly in a turbulent era. South Africa was adjusting to internal shifts, identity formations, and transformations in its national symbolism. In 1965, the country adopted a new decimal coinage system, and among the coins introduced was the 2 cents denomination. Unlike most denominations introduced at the time, the 2 cents was not part of the first decimal change but came in with the second decimal issue. OnlineCoin.club +1. The 1968 edition is particularly fascinating because it commemorates the presidency of Charles Robert Swart. OnlineCoin.club +1. On its obverse side, the coin bears a portrait of Charles R. Swart, facing left. His image is not just decoration, it's symbolic. Swart was the first state president of the Republic of South Africa and earlier served as the last Governor-General. His tenure marked transitions in governance and national identity. Foronum +3. OnlineCoin.club +3. Numista +3. Around his likeness, you find the country name and year of issue. In the Afrikaans legend version, it reads, SUID Africa 1968, with the initials TS for Tommy Sassin, the engraver. Foronum +3. Numista +3. OnlineCoin.club +3. The use of Afrikaans on some coins and English on others reflects the bilingual tensions in the country at the time. OnlineCoin.club +2. Numista +2. Flip the coin, and on the reverse you see a striking image, a wildebeest in motion. This animal wasn't chosen at random. It captures the wild spirit of the land, tying the coin to South Africa's natural heritage. Below the scene is the coin's denomination 2C, and you'll notice the initials JVZ for Jan van Zyl, who designed the reverse side. Muntstuk.com +3. Numista +3. OnlineCoin.club +3. The choice of the wildebeest motif connects currency to identity and landscape, rooting the coin in both power and the physical terrain. As for its physical characteristics, the coin is made of bronze, weighs about 4.00 grams, and has a diameter of roughly 22.45 mm with a thickness of about 1.71 mm. OnlineCoin.club +3. Muntstuk.com +3. Numista +3. The edge is milled, reeded, not smooth. Muntstuk.com +2. OnlineCoin.club +2. Early mintage records show that the English legend version of the coin had a mintage of 5,500,000, while the Afrikaans legend version had 5,525,000 copies. OnlineCoin.club +3. Muntstuk.com +3. Numista +3. Given these fairly high mintages, one would think the coin is common, and to some degree it is. But commonness doesn't erase interest, because so many examples were struck, most circulated, got worn, lost, or melted. Over time, only well-preserved specimens survive. Among collectors, condition matters. The luster you see, the sharpness of the portrait, the clarity of the wildebeest, all that determines whether a specimen is ordinary or extraordinary. In uncirculated or near uncirculated condition, such pieces can command far more admiration and value than a worn version. The rarity of excellent condition pieces is what fuels demand. To understand value, we need context. In most online catalogs and platforms, 1968 2-cent coins in average circulated grades often fetch small sums, fractions of $1. Foronum +3 Numista +3 Foronum +3, but in exceptional condition, graded and certified by reputable services, and perhaps with full original luster and zero damage, collectors may be willing to pay surprisingly high premiums. The story is simple: as time passes, perfectly preserved coins become rarer. If you can show that your coin never touched a pocket, never rubbed against keys, never got scratched, then it becomes a collectible in its own right, and there's more to tell. In 1970, South Africa redesigned the obverse of the 2 cents to display the national coat of arms and introduced a bilingual legend. Online coin.club +2 Numista +2 later, the material of these coins shifted. Copper-plated steel versions were issued until the denomination was discontinued entirely in 2001. Online coin.club +2 Numista +2 By then, inflation and changes in currency usage meant that low-denomination coins became less practical. Wikipedia thus the 1968 coin is a snapshot of a transitional phase, both in design and in function. When you tell the story of this coin to viewers, emphasize not only its technical specs, but the sense that it bridges eras. It carries the face of a leader who embodied change, and the wild heart of a contested land in its reverse. It exists in 2 language versions, reminding us of contested identities. It survives mostly in worn forms, making pristine specimens rare and coveted. You may say, most 1968 2-cent coins are ordinary in circulated condition, but the really valuable ones are the ones that seem flawless, those that defy time and handling. Then show examples, 1 worn, 1 crisp. Talk about how even tiny scratches or spots can reduce value drastically. Educate viewers on what to look for: crisp rim, intact reading, strong design detail on sword's portrait, clear fur and hooves on the wildebeest, original mint luster instead of a matte or dull surface. You can also weave in a little intrigue. Imagine you find one in a box of old coins, mostly unremarkable, but this one glints like new. Could it be one of the rare survivors untouched over 5 decades? That narrative gives a human touch, a moment of surprise, a collector's dream.